Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are diving into an exciting new update from GitHub Copilot Chat. It can now understand the context from links. Just paste a link and Copilot gets to work. When you are coding on GitHub, context matters. It can be issues, discussions, or PR, all part of the development story. And now, instead of manually copying over that information, you can drop the link directly into Copilot Chat and it will understand what is going on. Whether it is a bug report, a feature request, or a design discussion, Copilot can now extract relevant context from these GitHub URLs and help you act on it right inside your IDE or your immersive chat in github.com. Let us see this in action. We'll start from github.com and then move to the Visual Studio Code. We have a repository with multiple issues. Let me take first issue, that is a README file update, a simple issue with update requirement for a README file. Asking Copilot to explain the issue at, paste the URL, it automatically change to the shortened URL which refer to your issue correctly. And Copilot is coming up with a detailed explanation of what exactly this task means. In our case, it's an update of README file, especially we need to add contributor section and license information. Now you can iterate or refine the requirements further by asking Copilot, how can I enhance the issue details? So here I am asking Copilot to come up with various ideas to improve the entire issue or requirement itself. It's a brainstorming time where you can do some kind of brainstorming to understand how you can add a boundary condition or how you can enhance the requirements altogether. Here it's provided detailed description, acceptance criteria is missing, specify the expected formatting, attached references, labels, assignments. So a bunch of requirements or bunch of enhancements is suggested by Copilot. Now if you feel that you want to implement this as part of the README file, this is the issue and you have a README file available here. This is your README file. So let me take the URL of README file as well. This doesn't have a contributor or license section right now. So let me go ahead and ask Copilot, implement the issue and update the README at passing the README file. See, here we are not only using the URL as a contextual angle. First URL, the issue URL is for extracting the context. The second one is a file reference for updating that file. So you can use multiple ways the URLs. It can provide context for your chat conversation or it can be the target file for implementation angle. Copilot came up with a license file separately and a README file with a detailed README sales demo script, and it's added the contributor and license sections with a sample details. It's a simple issue without specifying any detail aspects, so we can enhance it. If the enhancements looks great, we can go ahead and enhance the issue directly. And then you can ask for implementation as well. If you don't want to directly implement, you want a quick implementation, you can do it here. But it doesn't stop there. Let us say you are exploring a new framework or need alignment with a specific coding standards defined in an external article. Just paste a public article or documentation link into Copilot Chat for context. Copilot will summarize the content, extract relevant patterns or examples, and can even suggest codes that align with the guidance of the article or the new technology framework. Let us see how this works. We have another issue, that is issue number 3 for implementing a footer. So it needs to add 2 sections, and there is a first section with a contact, about and everything. At the same time, Angular material have a toolbar implementation here. It's a mat toolbar. For a footer, normally we use toolbars for the header or footer kind of thing. So in the footer case, I need a mat toolbar implementation. So I can ask Copilot how to implement this issue. Here issue is coming again for the context using pass the toolbar. We are expecting a toolbar as part of the footer and passing it this one. Here we pass the issue, that is for implementing the footer, and asked Copilot to use an external reference, an article for implementing the footer. It's given the details. First section is a link contained. This is part of the issue itself. The context is captured. Then how to implement it, specified we need to install Angular material, create the footer component, and the footer looks like this one. And if you look at, we asked for a mat toolbar. This is what we asked for Copilot to refer or use for implementing. By following that, Copilot implemented a footer component using mat toolbar. Once you are aligned to this footer component and the HTML details, you can download all files, or you can even copy paste. If you want only the HTML portion, copy paste the file and download that code. So here URL is used for contextual element from internal repository angle, issues, PRs or bug reports kind of thing, or external articles to give the context and references. Exactly the same will work with your Copilot instant in the IDE level. I have a VS Code instant here. Let us use a URL context for generating the code. I'm in ask mode with the GPT-4o as the standard one, and asking Copilot to create a C# class using an external style guide. Here we passed a styling guide or the coding standard. Using that, we are expecting Copilot to generate the code. So here the context is more towards the standards defined in a repository. This URL context or the context from the links help you to cross-reference multiple repositories. You may have a repository with API definitions and you are working in the UI application. You can refer that API references through the URL directly. Or another coding instruction or any of the data you want to refer, you can do it. Here it's used the Google C# guidelines for defining this complete class, and it summarizes what kind of features it's used for implementing this class. Similarly, if you have any external API documentation which needs to be used for your code generation, you can pass that one. So in summary, what you can do with this field? You can reference issues, PRs, discussions from any repositories, build context across multiple repositories, fetch insights from external documentations and blogs, generate relevant code explanations or tests. By supporting contextual understanding from pasted links, Copilot becomes more than just an assistant. It becomes your project-aware collaborator. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Copilot tips, and drop a comment below. See you in the next one. Happy coding!